There we go. So, to those on YouTube, hi. I kind of just changed, today's stream from being just YouTube, from being just Twitch to Twitch and YouTube. Mostly because of I forget that chat streams don't really work on Twitch, on my Twitch account as well as others. So, but yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm back from my holiday in, Cyprus. So, I just want to do like a little chat stream, just chatting with you guys on, like, what happened while I was gone, or things, or if you guys want to hear about what, is to come from the channel in the rest of the year. Yeah, haircut. I got a haircut while I was away. Though it's pretty evident that that haircut didn't go so well. Didn't have my usual gear with me, so we couldn't do my haircut properly. I'll probably be going, and I'll probably go to the barber's in a couple of weeks' time. Get that sorted. But yeah, do you have any Thomas Hornby? Unfortunately, they're not up here. Shut up, Henry. They're not up here, unfortunately. They're down the stairs. But I do have a Hornby, Thomas, and Percy, Annie, and Clarabelle. And out of the two engines I've just pointed out there, Percy's the more reliable one at the moment. Because the Hornby Thomas is unfortunately not working. Anniversary Thomas toys. Don't think I do. Unless you count those free things. Oh no. Yeah, I watch movies, but not a lot of them. Hi, Torch. Hey, Torch, you alright? Realize the chat's supposed to be... Chat's supposed to be there, isn't there? How was your trip? It was fantastic. It was fantastic. I loved it. I loved it. There's so much I can talk about with it. Do you have Lionel Thomas? No. That was never really sold in the UK, so... No. Don't have any, unfortunately. I won't lie to you. I legit wrote a lot of stuff that went down on my holiday in this. Which is usually my D&D book. But... There's a lot of notes I put down of it. We'll need to catch up at some point. It's been a hot minute. Yeah. We'll have to... We'll 100% need to get something sorted, Torch, because it has been a while. We need to get that sorted out with our other pal as well, because we haven't... Because the three of us haven't talked in, like, ages. Can you buy some Google eBay to buy more Thomas Hornby? I can, and I've been on the search for some, but right now it's not viable because I don't have money. I don't really have a lot of money at the moment because I'm not back at college yet. I like your glasses. Funnily enough, these glasses aren't actually, like, prescriptive glasses. They're supposed to be, those glasses you wear to avoid the the rays coming from your monitor, like the blue ray coming out your your screen. So I put these on to protect my eyes. Mover or Choo Choo Charles? Smoother. Smoover's cool. Choo Choo Charles kind of got boring after a while, so I'm not a fan of that. Hello. I don't play Fortnite because that game's just a bit of a cesspool, if I'm gonna be honest. Don't even know if I'm allowed to say that word. Ah, there it goes. Gary's mod don't really have downloaded at the moment because of storage. And Minecraft and Roblox, I can't really play solo, as we've learned over the years. Watching a film and it's Monday, so I've got to dip. Okay, bye Torch. I'll speak to you later. My birthday's not for another 4 or 5 months. I don't know where you got that idea from. Understand roll to the lens. I have some 2 cents. Oh, that's cool. Can you start a Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Movie just came out. I'm afraid I'll get copyright claimed if I watch that on YouTube and all that. It's weird how it does that. Henry, mate, I'm gonna just be straight with you. I appreciate you giving ideas, but I do not need video ideas right now. And I have told you this before as well. You play Gary's mod Fortnite. I've already mentioned about Gary's mod and Fortnite right now. Gary's mod's in my Steam library, but I don't have it downloaded at the moment. And I will never touch Fortnite with a 10-foot pole anymore. I will not touch that. I will not touch that game. I rarely go on that game because it's just complete rubbish. Complete rubbish. Honestly, I'm telling you. Like, the amount of stuff that Epic Games has done to Fortnite over the last few years. In fact, since the whole end of the first island, it's just been, like, downhill. Do you have any Minecraft games? I have Minecraft. I do have Minecraft, and I think I had Minecraft Legends at one point. Horror mods. I'm not the best with horror. I really am not. But if I was to do any of those suggestions, my good friend, chances are they would most likely be made into videos. They would probably be made into videos on the Extras channel. So... I'd be surprised on how many people... I would be surprised on people that don't have Minecraft. Which rewrite are you on about? What happened to Turbulence Rail? Right, I'll have to go on that again for a minute. I'm afraid, because of everything that happened with, me and the lads that I used to play with on there, which was my fault. I don't talk with them anymore. So, and one of them was the owner of the save. So, Turbulence Railways and Steam and Steel, just about almost entirely as a whole, is kind of lost media for this channel. Well, not really lost media, but we just don't play Steam and Steel a whole lot now, and Turbulence Railways just isn't coming back to this channel. It may be coming back to other people's channels, but I don't play Steam and Steel a lot. I play on the odd occasion, but with how Roblox has been going, I've been rarely playing on Roblox right now. You play football? I don't play football. I suck at playing football. I remember once, the first time I played... I think one of the first times I played football in school, I was goalie, and the ball came towards the goal. I got so scared, I did a full 180, and deflected the ball with my back. Everyone was chanting at me, going like, "Ah, well done, son, you done it, well done." And then I'm just standing here going like, "Yeah." The pain in my back was there for a good solid 5 minutes. And I think I stepped out of playing for that minute there. You went to Thomas Land or Toys R Us or... Target and Walmart are not things in the UK. They're... At least I don't think... At least I know Target is, and I don't know about Walmart. But I have been to Thomas Land, and I remember Toys R Us back in the day. 98462 preserved. If you're talking about my headcanon 98462, I think I've said before, but in case I haven't, I won't say. But speaking of that, my 98462 headcanon got changed after the whole thing with Richard Jordan came out. There's been a lot of Herobrine horror games, so I don't know. Have you visited the Tally Flynn Railway? Yes, I actually did visit the Tally Flynn Railway, a couple of years ago, back in 2024. I didn't make a video about it, because that was during the first time I took a small hiatus from YouTube. But no, yeah, I visited. I may go again at some point in the future when there's a big, like, event, like, maybe a big Thomas event going on or something. But I think there's only one photo that survives of me being there. Let me see if I can find it. Shut up, Henry. I'm gonna see if I can try and find this. I'm sorry, May, I don't know what that last... I'm sorry, Jean, I don't know what your last message is. I did watch the third Sonic movie. I thought it was fantastic. There we go. I got it. So there is the evidence that I was at the Tally Flynn Railway back in 2024. There's me right next to Tom Roll. Which, funnily enough, during... oh yeah, Edward Thomas was also out and about during then. You know, actually, funny thing, when I was there, there was a small mishap because it was raining. When we were, I think it was when we were approaching the first station. Yeah, after the first station, the line starts climbing quite a bit. Tom Rolt was struggling to get up the hill because of the wet rails, but we were like, it felt like a Thomas story where we were cheering Tom Rolt on, and eventually we reached the top. So that kind of inspired me to nice photo, thank you. That kind of inspired me to write a little story for our dear old friend Ivo Hugh, which I hope to adapt into a story eventually. I may make it my next original story to be released. I don't know. There's a couple of videos I want to get out first before then. I do play tennis. It's a very UK-ish thing to say, but I do play tennis. Granted, I haven't played in a god long while, but I have played tennis. Basketball, not so much. But yeah. See if I can try and get... circling back a little bit, because, for those again unaware, I was away for a long while. I was away in Cyprus for a week. It's first time attending one of your streams. Hello, Clockwork Gears. Welcome to the first stream. Sorry if this is the first time you attending one of my streams. This isn't exactly the most lackluster. This isn't the most, like, the best type of stream to first be tuning into, but I'm glad at least this is sort of the first, being able to see this stupidity. Where was I? But yeah, as I was saying, I was in Cyprus, the whole of last week, and it's not a secret anymore because it's been posted on my platform now. But we were mostly there because my mother got remarried. So we had the wedding reception over there, and it was absolutely lovely. They had a great time. I'm gonna try and see if I can get a couple of pictures, or videos can also work. This was like the scenery that awaited us in front of our hotel. Oh, damn it. Hang on, let me turn down the light there. Hello. But yeah, that was the... that was the scenery that was at our hotel. And honestly, one of the best hotels I've been to. Partly because it was so quiet, but also because of how our room was. So I'll quickly grab this little video here. So this was the room we had. It was more or less like a flat or apartment if you're American. So it was not bad. Food was okay as well. It was basically a buffet for all breakfast, lunch, and dinners at our hotel, which honestly was lovely. And it gave me the option to have whatever I want. And honestly, I enjoyed it. I would go back again. Quick question: do you hope to have Victor Tanzik in any of your videos when Victor has some free time? I mean, Victor got into a lot of controversy over the last 2 years, and to be fair, so did I. But honestly, I wouldn't mind doing something with him every now and then. I don't know. Hello, Gladdy, or Gladdy, how you pronounce your username. Welcome to the stream. Are you gonna do an episode 9462 and 87546, play the crash accident? You mean the accident that was shown in the final episode of Series 1 of AOTGSR? That may or may not be rewritten heavily, quite significantly. But obviously you guys won't know until the potential day, because let's face it, at some point, if Series 2 does well of AOTGSR, Series 1 might get a rebrand. It might get, not rebrand, might get refurbished to fit the style of Series 2, because it's such a drastic change, jumping from Series 1 style to the Series 2 style. But I suppose it'll only really happen if you guys, want to see that. Hey, Scottish. Hey! Ian, how you doing, old friend? I'm putting together a group to do a Pop Goes Thomas collab. Oh, I think one of the people, I think somebody told me about that. I would be interested. What sort? Give me a DM shoot me a quick DM and let me know what scenes are still available, and I can jump straight to that. It's been a while since I was in a collab. When was the last time I was in a collab? It was a couple of times. Like a couple of years ago, I think. Like a year or two ago, I was last in a collab with somebody. So, yeah, feel free to shoot me a DM of what scenes are available, Ian, and I'll get straight to that. By the way, also, I've been keeping up with your channel lately. I love what you've been doing with the models lately. Your animation skills and modeling skills have just it's crazy. It beats mine in fucking Whimsical Building by a long shot. And I was okay in Whimsical Building. I say okay, I got my proportions wrong in that game every time. Did anyone else play that game actually? Whimsical Building? That Roblox game? It was that one game that was kind of like it was basically just like a building like thing for your Roblox models. I have a question. What exactly happened to the live section of your channel? We basically removed it. It's not all the streams aren't like deleted or anything. They're just unlisted or privatized. Because Jenna learned last year that apparently streams on YouTube can diminish your channel a bit for some reason or another. And it's kind of what inspired me to make the extras channel, so that way all VODs from Twitch and YouTube can be uploaded there. Well, mostly Twitch stuff. And then all YouTube streams get like privatized, so that way it doesn't clutter everything up, so that way you guys can still see my streams, because I stream a lot on Twitch, and if there was a lot if there was a lot of streams that happen on this channel every week, it would be a struggle to find the actual videos I do, so they get unlisted if they're being streamed on here as well as YouTube, as well as Twitch. If the stream's happening on both YouTube and Twitch, it will most likely be the Twitch VODs that'll be uploaded. Hang on a minute. Sorry, people. I was just being asked about what to do for dinner. Because, for those unaware, since it was the holiday of my mother's wedding, she and my now stepdad, are still in Cyprus for the rest of the month for our honeymoon. So, we're manning down the fort for ourselves, which we've done before. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, streams here, if they're being also streamed on Twitch, they'll get put to the extras channel. That's why that exists, and that's why I try and plug that as much as I can. Have you seen Bonus Railway's new behind-the-scenes tour thing? I know you visit occasionally. I haven't, actually. I've been planning to go and visit, for a while now, because, Elias told me that Morshire has been put on her wheels, which is a massive improvement. Like, a massive step in her reconstruction, in her rebuild, and I am honestly thrilled to hear it. Bull sheet's been thrown your way, good sir. Thank you, my good man, thank you. Thank you very much. We really must do some stuff together at some time, Ian, as well. We really should do more stuff together. Oh, no way, okay. So what really happened? Okay, I remember one of your streams that were playing the Newman. Yeah, so all streams on this channel got private. And any new streams that get done, that get streamed here, get sent to the extras channel for everyone to watch. So that's kind of why the streams that used to be here are no longer. It's so that way we can have them like, it's so that way we can keep them going like that. Did Twitch just kind of die on me there? No, it didn't. Then why is that giving me... Oh, it's just telling me something. I don't want to rush you, but can you make Glitchy's backstory, please? You have talked about it in one of your videos. I like Glitchy. You're not the only one, Edward, that wants me to get that done. Jenna's been nagging at me to get Glitchy's story out so much. It's actually uncanny. I am possibly thinking it might become my video, one of the videos for my 10,000 sub goal. Because the story plot line is thought of. It's just writing it and then getting the voice cast and then filming it. That's the thing. Not to mention, ALTGSR Series 2 is kind of needing to get done as well, so the Glitchy story still is kind of on the back burner, but it's not forgotten. So that, as well as the couple other projects that are currently being worked on, we're getting those done lickety-split. I think after the next couple of videos I upload, I might just stick to just getting all 3 of those sorted. Which means there'll probably be a lack of uploads on the channel for a while, but I hope you got, but I know you guys understand when things go quiet a bit, and it's because of projects. I know you guys all understand when I do that, and I appreciate everybody's patience as well with GSR Series 2. That is still in development at the moment, but yeah, I'm glad everyone's been so patient with me about it. I just thank you all so much for that. It's just, it's good to know that everyone here understands the struggle that is to make these projects. But I do promise to have at least AOTGSR Series 2 out as soon as possible. Project Inverted's probably going to have to be the one to be rushed first, but that can get done alongside with GSR. It's just the Glitchy story is a bit more difficult to get done at the same time. But rest assured, Glitchy will get their story told eventually. And then Edmund might get his story, might get a feature length as well. And then I've been considering, oh god, you guys are probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I've been considering remastering Invert's story for one final time. Mostly because his story is so much from the big feature-like special that was made. is wrong and needs fixed, but hopefully at some point we can get Glitchy's story done. Really hope they can get more Shire back soon. Glad to see them making good progress though. It is fantastic to see the progress they are making. There's so much that they've been able to do with her. It's incredible, and I'm so glad they've been able to get as much as they can get done. What will the face pack of Glitchy character be like besides the one you already made for Inver? I don't know if I showed it before. I think I wanted to try and blend his with a similar fashion as Edmund and Inverts, but have like characters like Thomas's mouths and what have you used for it. I'm not entirely sure. His face pack may need to get updated again, even with the most up-to-date models that they've got. But all I can say is, at some point, we'll probably see Glitchy show up in proper Train the New Era form very soon. Now when we have the moment, actually, I'm gonna quickly, just quickly say, on the day before my mother's wedding, I may have done a bit of an oopsie. Me and my stepbrothers, went to the beach, because it was such a lovely day. If I can quickly grab the footage. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we are. That was the beach that we went to. It was about a 10-minute walk from our hotel, and it was, well, it was lovely. My stepbrothers went to the ocean, just be in the water for a bit. I stayed behind because I'm not a big fan of being in water, and especially the sea. I just don't like it. It gets me proper bloody itchy when I've been in salt water long enough. I've not got like a fear of like sharks or what have you being in the water, but it's just overall the sea is just, yeah. But on the way back, it seemed that...
Very nice indeed, Jack. You've arrived at the abode of Mr. J. Jarvis, Esquire. Weclom.
Eh? Oh, yeah.
Angel Roberts or Annas Jr. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. If I can try and get a picture of it. That was the... Oh, Jesus. This was the state my legs were in when we got back. I don't know how well you can tell on the camera, but if you can, the bottom half of my legs are red. And they, looking at it, they still kind of are. I basically burnt my legs. That's what I did. I cooked my legs. To the point where my left leg's now got spots on it. But I burnt my legs. I got a suntan on my arms and a bit of my face. But the spot where I put the most sunscreen on, completely burnt. What plans do you do on the what content do you plan to do in the summer? Well, first of all, welcome to the stream. Second of all, I plan on getting, for the summer, mostly just try and get Project Inverted finished. So that way we can get back to hammering down on GSR Series 2. But a musical hour installment would be nice. And I have a couple of videos planned for the extras channel as well. So that is, that's all lovely and jubblies. But yeah, not much for the summer. I've kind of got stuff thought of for maybe Halloween and definitely for, winter. You are my favorite YouTuber. I love your series with Inver. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Grant. Thank you. That's so lovely to hear. That must be hurting for you, Sam. Yeah, honestly, trying to sleep the first night with my legs, because again, those that are unaware, when I was on holiday last week, I burnt my legs. The first night, sleeping under the covers, it was a nightmare to have anything touching them. And I was wearing shorts the entire time this holiday as well, so I was not wearing my usual pajama legging. Actually, I say I didn't wear my usual pajamas. I didn't even wear pajamas. I forgot to bring pajamas with me, so I just wore a top and the most comfortable shorts I had on hand. I just slept in those. Granted, they were comfortable. They were very comfortable. Also, the sheets. The sheets in my bed, because it's a warm country, you can't have too thick of sheets. But they were literally as thin as paper. They were about... See how thin this is? It was just ever so slightly thicker than that. Like, honestly. It felt more like it felt like I was more putting myself underneath a tablecloth than putting myself under covers. It was absolutely silly. But no, yeah, that went well. And then, of course, there was the picture online that I showed. See if I can try and pull it up again. There it is. There is the picture of them getting of the day of the reception. And then there are a couple of pictures here from when people were doing vows and all that shtick. Including myself, who, I'm not gonna pull it up for you guys, because obviously that's personal stuff, but I did do my own vow, which was not meant to happen, but I thought, as the eldest of being my mother's oldest child, I thought, why not say a few words? Because honestly, it just felt like the right thing to do, and everything was off script. I did not plan what I was going to say, and everyone was impressed and shocked to find out that I did not plan it. And then I'll give you guys a little sneak peek here. The following day, I did a recording of me doing something similar to what Markiplier has done before in the past, and tasted some various drinks I hadn't tried before. Some drinks I found in a little mini-market, because there was a little mini-market in our hotel, just next to the main hotel building, and there was some drinks I hadn't seen before, so I grabbed about, like, I think about, like, 6 of them, and then just tried those on camera. So there may be a video of that coming soon. Though I did film enough of the holiday to make a video. Obviously, nothing involving with the wedding or anything, but just what we got up to in Cyprus before and after the day of the wedding. So that may come out very soon as an installment to the vlogging adventures. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. I remember the first time I was properly burnt, though, was the first time when on a caravan. My back was burnt so badly, I could not lay it down on anything for the rest of the week. And it was only the second day we were on that caravan. So, not very nice. But what else? What else was there? Oh, yeah, there was a buckload of these little guys. I don't know if anybody knows, but a lot of places in Cyprus, if it stopped focusing on me, a lot of places in Cyprus are well known for a bunch of stray cats. Like, there was so many at the hotel. It was unreal. When is the next episode of Mr. Sans vs. Invert? Of Project Inverted, specifically. Round 1, or at least the first 3 rounds, because we're releasing them in batches, should be coming at some time this year. We did say originally it was going to be summer this year, but with how things have been going at the moment, it seems unlikely, but me and Jen are going to try our best to get everything sorted. One question, Sans. Do you like some motorsport sport? Like, what classes as motorsport? Like Formula 1 or something like that? Because I enjoy a bit of Formula 1. That's probably the only one I actually care for. I've not really watched any rally racing or NASCAR or Formula E or Formula 3. Any of those. It's mostly just been Formula 1 I've watched in terms of that kind of spell. Can you play with some friends of yours again? I always play a lot with Skylar, Andy, Seth, Jordan, and all the others. We play a lot together. I'm still in heavy good contact with all of them. In fact, I'm planning to do something with Jenna, I think tomorrow? Let me double check the schedule. Actually, I think the schedule this week is going to be mostly... Solo? Yeah. Actually, no, wait. 2 of them are with Jenna, 2 of them are solo. Though... Skylar is currently away on holiday himself, so he won't be available this week. Though, if anything does come up, me and him might actually do stuff. We'll see what happens. Do you know there are a few videos of train spotting on Sodor? Yes, I do. I actually filmed one myself, but it never got edited. Because Jenna is procrastinating as shit with half of the things she does, and we just forgot about it. Though I still have the footage, so I may redo it. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna full on redo it. It might just be better because the models I've got now are different to what they were back when I filmed it. Can I also just say I hate flying? And airports. Honestly, nightmare. We were delayed a little bit by, like, I think half an hour. An hour. At the airport, getting to Cyprus. But on the way back, we were delayed as much as 3 hours. And we had been up since 8 o'clock that morning. Since 7 o'clock that morning. So... our flight would have flown at, like, 10, 11 o'clock. But it got pushed to 1 in the morning. And we arrived home about, like, 10 o'clock. Which meant I had been up for 27 hours. And no sooner as that 27 hours came round, I fell asleep in the bed for about 9. Honestly, it was ridiculous. But overall, I enjoyed the holiday. Though, doubt I'll probably go back on a plane for another 7 years. Because that's how long it was between the last few times I was on the plane, between my last my holiday to Cyprus and the previous holiday I had before then. Oh, really? Yeah. I honestly hate... I know it's, like, the safest. It is really safe to fly. But that doesn't mean I hate it. That doesn't mean I shouldn't not hate. That doesn't mean I don't have a right to hate it. One time I went to get a day flight, it was delayed for an hour. They're all ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. But if it's all in the interest of safety, then I won't complain to the airport or what have you, but still doesn't mean that it's not annoying. But yeah, that whole day was good, and I do hope to go back someday for maybe another holiday, because there was so much I could have done, but just not enough time. There was not enough time. I did see a couple of things in terms of the merchandise for the 2026 reboot. I want every single bit of merchandise of Henry that is being made for this new reboot, I swear to God. Have you thought of playing Human Fall Flat again? I've thought about it. I've not approached Skylar and Andy about it again, though I'm sure they both would love to go back and play that game, because, let's face it, the Discord trio's kind of been stale with the content it's been in the last couple of years. So it would be nice to get a bit more content with the Scotsman, the Kettle, and the Dictionary all three together again. So Human Fall Flat might come back again. We won't know until later down the line. Now, I'm gonna quickly throw this again, because for those that weren't here when I told you, I actually wrote down everything every major thing that I did, so that way I didn't forget, because my memory is so terrible. The only problem is, half of the things in this were written when I was drunk, so the handwriting's a bit dull to read. Yeah, I don't think there's much else I could say about the holiday there. At least, nothing that isn't too personal, anyway. I suppose the only real thing I could probably say is, I now owe my little brother a Mackey's for helping me to help film for the video. Did you have the change to create a Scottish engine character? If you had to change to create if you had the chance to create a Scottish engine, which class would you pick? If I had the chance to create one, well, I'm gonna need to create quite a few for some of these projects. I'm going to say... Ooh. I would probably say a class 439. Either a class 439 or a class 72. The 439 because, well, it's my favorite class of locomotive, thanks to 419. And, a class 72 because they look nice. Will there be more characters be part of Mr. Sanford's Emperor revival, like Rusty? Rusty's gonna make his return, in Project Inverted, cause he's still allowed me to use Dusty for the revamp, which is his main character's, like, alter ego of himself. Max was never part of the project, was never part of Mr. Sanford's Emperor, and I don't really chat with him a lot these days. And I don't think Coldy chats with me much anymore. I don't really chat with Coldy and Max much these days. Rusty, I still have contact with, so there's that. Hello, Justice Cooper. Yeah, I don't know how much I can really say about Project Inverted without spoiling anything. All I can really say is there's a lot of stuff about it that is going to be worth watching, because, like Jenna's trying to portray it, it sort of acts different to the original version, like a different timeline of sense. But in my eyes, it more or less just plays more stuff more or less just does more stuff of what's been going on. How is it going on the new GSR route? Going well. We've gotten to the stage where we're on progress of Victoria's Junction, which means we are a third of the way there with the map. Which is good. Is Henry going to be in it? I'm assuming you're asking that because of the Round 5 remaster that Jenna did during the 5th anniversary of Mr. Sands vs. Invert. I'm going to not comment on that. I'm just going to leave a pin on that, because I don't know. I'm not really wanting to throw a lot of Thomas characters in there. But at the same time, there are a lot of Thomas characters that can work as antagonists as well as protagonists. So, I'm not sure. It'll all just boil down to what will happen. So, give it time, and we'll also learn in due course which characters are going to be appearing in the series. Long story short, to answer if Henry's going to appear, I don't know at the moment. I know it's not the most satisfying answer to hear, but it's honestly the best answer I can give you at the moment. And I'm enjoying the question. I'm enjoying chat with you guys as well, by the way. Nice room. You have a bed. This isn't the bedroom. This is a storage cupboard that I just use as my office. Also, the camera's in a slightly different position now, even though it's not really that easy to notice. You don't have to spoil anything, but do you have the same voice actors for GSR, or haven't you thought about that? Some of the voice actors have changed for Season 2. But there's like one or two that unfortunately may need to get recasted as well. Partly because of the Online Safety Act in the UK. I basically can't contact anybody on Blue Sky and Twitter, which was the way how I was able to contact Spooderglen, who, as you know, voiced Ivy in Series 1. So I have no idea if I'm going to be able to contact her again, but we'll see what happens. Do you have any other big plans for this year? Aside from Project Inverted, just a couple of regular videos. I do have a Christmas special planned. One that I wrote last year. And it was going to be the video that I would return with before I decided to just stay off longer because I was just not mentally ready to come back by Christmas. But aside from those, it'll just be business as usual with uploads. Do you watch Ghostbusters? I've not really watched a lot of the Ghostbusters films. But no, yeah, the two big things to watch out for this year are Project Inverted Rounds 1, 2, and 3, and a Christmas special. So keep your eyes open for those this year. Aside from that, it'll just be business as usual with a lot of other uploads. I may make an installment to the musical hour to dedicate it to the Amazing Digital Circus, because I don't know if anybody has watched that, but the final episode came out about a couple of weeks before I left for my holiday, and I loved it, and I've made a couple of pieces of music involving with Digital Circus, so I may make a special dedicated to it, like a special video for it dedicated. for the musical hour. There will obviously be a musical hour installment for the 11th anniversary of Undertale, because I couldn't meet it last year. And maybe because Ty, you've got... Tia, you got me in... Tia, sorry if I keep butchering your username. I may decide to go and... I may decide to go and... I completely forgot what I was going to be talking about. How are you? Doing fine. Aside from my legs being burnt from holiday, I'm doing fine. This is really to just, like, get you guys updated since... Because it's been a good couple of months since I got back to YouTube. My mental health, my health is fine, mentally, and physically. But... It's good to get back into the swing of everything. Of course, things will probably die down a little bit once I get into college again. Because, I applied again for college. So... Sorry, there's something in my teeth. Let's see how that goes. You have cats? I don't own the cat. It's my sister's cat. I think I've shown her on stream before. Are you gonna bring back Tokyo Railways? Yes! I have quite a few on the way. I have plans to make a new one on the way. Specifically one based off the van episode when they were when they were doing that same one where Hammond did the Scandinavian flick and toppled his van sideways. But yeah, Tokyo Railways may come back, but it may be one of those ones where it go every once in a while. Like, once in a blue moon, it pops up. Do you have a dog? I used to have a childhood dog, but she got put down a couple of years ago. I do want to have another dog. Because, well, I'm a dog man more than a cat person, but... it's just a case of how a dog's gonna react to my sister's cat. Because it's, I can't remember the breed of my sister's cat. But we've not seen her go near any... She hasn't been shown to any dogs yet, so if we were to get a dog, it would be an interesting experience. But no, at the moment, I don't have a dog. Though I wish. I wish I did. And actually... might as well show this while we're at it. I do have... this. I bought this guy, about a couple of weeks before I left. About, last month, I think. I found him just sitting in the local entertainer in the city centre of Glasgow. And... I decided to buy him. So, it's another Henry to the collection. Which is to put him right next to All Engines Go Henry as well. I'm not gonna go for the hassle getting the Diago CD Henry out, because that's just way too much. Now I got the GSR, I got my All Engines Go Edward Gordon and Henry sitting right next to me, so they're right there. Hello, Dreadhead Henry, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm not a big fan of Starbucks, and I don't think IHOP is... What even is IHOP? Give me a second here. Quickly pop a message. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, Dreadhead. How about you? Have you heard of Tim Hortons? Yes, there's Tim Hortons here. There's a Tim Hortons in a shopping center, not too, a shopping center. A couple of miles away. And I absolutely love their donuts. Their donuts are fantastic. They can't be a local baker's though, but they can't be my local baker's ones, but I do enjoy it. You ever traveled on the Caledonian Sleeper? No, but I would love to. I would love to travel on there. But I don't really have the excuse to actually go and do that. I haven't got the excuse to actually go on the Caledonian Sleeper. How come there is no trains model of glitch? There is actually a trains model of glitchy. I'll pull it up. Hang on. Let me pull it up to the function here. Let me pull it up. I'll avoid showing the face, obviously, because I don't know how the face pack is for you guys at the moment, so... Let's try and figure out how to do this. Let's just sound to you. There we go. I feel like this is about to do its silly thing. Nope, that's not right. There it is. Okay, give me 1 second, I'll pull it up for you all. There have been actually quite a few glitchy models over the years, but... Oh! Thank you. You okay? You're lucky that wasn't on camera. I was just bought me the hot dogs. Right. Oh. Hang on, let me use, do I have a game capture on here? There we go. Right. So give me a second, everyone. So there it is there. Or there. There's the, there's your Glen model there. Or glitchy model, sorry. Not Glen. Glitchy model. So I do have an 812 variant of him for whatever reason, but that's what he is there. What happens to the other glasses? I'm wearing glasses. Have you ever heard of the Royal Scotsman? Yes, I have. When you're going to wake your parents, I said before, my parents aren't currently here. They are away for the rest of the month. And they trust us. They know we're responsible adults. Very good, thank you. Baldi's Basics 9, I've seen that. I've noticed Baldi's Basics has been kicking off a little bit lately. It's been getting a lot more popular. Mind you, I think that's because the final update's coming soon. About time after 8 bloody years. I like the model of the cheek. Thank you very much. It's not easy to get some of these reskins done, I'm telling you. Right. I might actually, while we're here, might actually show some of the reskins for my headcanon stuff. Would you guys like to see? Would you guys like to see what's being cooked up for my headcanon versions of the characters? Wrong type of channel to be asking that, friend. Yes, okay. Right, I pull them up. Right, I'll pull up a couple of them. Alright. Who would you like to see first, everyone? I have quite a few of these buggers lying here, so... whoever you would like to see first. Did your OC receive a rebuild? Well, he got a new model. It wasn't a rebuild. I just gave him a new model. Because the old one was, well, old. Are you going to do more Steam and Steel content? I said earlier that the people I usually play with for Steam and Steel I don't talk with anymore. But I will say, it's not completely off the table. It's not completely off the table playing Steam and Steel again. We'll just have to see what happens. But... who would you guys want to see first of my canon? We can go for one of the main 7, or... go for... well, bear in mind, a lot of the models are in work in progress, so that's a thing. Or, look at some of the characters that have been introduced, or... yeah, that's fair, Kolb. That's fair. That's fair. It's fair you didn't know that. Oh, what's your favorite Thomas special? Favorite Thomas special? Great Discovery. I think it was one of the first ones I ever watched as a kid. I had it, Calling All Engines and Magic Railroad on DVDs. Out of the three, I had to have said... I would say Great Discovery, because it was just fantastic. The model making and everything. You should choose. Oh, okay, okay. Let's go with Edward first. Let's show off Edward first. I think it might be better of me to actually open up Train's route. One moment. Where's my images? Images for website. Which I keep forgetting to promote. I swear I forget sometimes I even have a Train's website. Just give me a second, chat. I'm pulling up Trains now. if you have any advice on how to recreate the scene where Thomas falls down the mine shaft. I honestly have no idea on the best way to do it, if I'm honest. I'd just say just go with how you feel it should be made. That's what I'm saying. Go how you think it should be made. Right, I'm gonna quickly change the camera over. I'm not gonna bother with the transitioning stuff. I'm not gonna bother with the thing me either. I'm just gonna go with the basic thing with the webcam. Oh, this is the wrong route. Hang on. Let me go fix that quickly. Opinion on the new Thomas show that's coming out. First of all, it's a she. Second of all, will you make a video of your ideal of the? Oh, so like how Benedict Studios did, or Benedict Eggs Studios did. I might. Though it might be done in... It will depend, I think. Okay, right. Now screen will be right. Won't see you guys' chats now, that's a bit of the issue. Put chat there. What's your opinion on the new Thomas show coming out? I don't want to make an opinion just yet, because obviously we still haven't gotten a trailer, which... Why, Mattel? We need something. But... Also, I kind of want to just wait and see what happens when it comes out. Though, needless to say, for something new about Thomas, I am excited for. And the merchandise we've been shown recently, despite the quality on some of the stuff, I think looks really good. Right. Mr. you. Well, he was the first one to pop up, and he's probably one of the actual ones that have been finished, so... I have to go. Bye, have a nice evening. Take care, Edward! I say we could look at my headcanon Barry first. And there's something there that shouldn't be there. Yep. Give me a minute. There we go. That's fixed it. Okay, so... Here's my Barry. It's more or less Barry in his, present livery. Of course, I went authentic with the... Because I went authentic with the look Wilbur Daughtry wanted. And made in the tank engine. I decided to make it maroon because it's a color. Red is not often a color that gets chosen for a Sodor engine, and I feel like it'd be something that would go well with James. Which, speaking of James, hang on, put one red engine next to the other. I have James right here. There he is. There we are. There's James. Obviously, I've got multiple versions of James. I've got him in his 1965 onwards livery. I've got him in 25 to 64. And I've got him in 23 to 25. Which seems a bit odd of an assumption. I don't know what... It's odd that I haven't done a... version of him of Lancashire and Yorkshire. But I don't really need a Lanky in Yorkshire James, so that's why I haven't done that. This obviously... My headcanon James cannot be possible, obviously, without Dun Alistair's James model, which, honestly, is probably one of the best James models I've ever seen on the market. It is really impressive, and it's proper easy to reskin. Like, it is so easy to reskin, it's unbelievable. So if anybody wants to do that sort of thing, do be sure to pick it up at Dun Alistair's website. It is worth a grab. I don't think I've done my Henry yet. No, I've not done Henry. I have done Gordon, and I want to show him for one reason. Grab this version of him, because the other version, I think, still needs a bit of work on it. So, this is Gordon, as he is. I've not done his tender. That's silly of me. Oh no, wait, I've done that tender, but I've not done that tender. Oh well. So, in my canon, this is something that's been weird for a few of the lads. I've made my Gordon be one of the few engines that has a white running board. Solely on the fact of prestige. Like, he's a Premier Express engine. He has to look his best. So that's why I have him like that. I do have him when he got his rebuild as well. So I've got him in his rebuild livery as well. Which signifies him. In my canon, he went to Doncaster to go get his rebuild instead of going to Crewe. Does Emily exist in your series? Yes, she does. I'll grab her for you. I'll grab one of them for you. So if I just do that and that, there she is for you. She hasn't been done in the style yet because, basically Wild, you guys may know him for working on STT, Soda throughout time. And he's also going to be my new Thomas voice. I've been 2010ing the models in the way he does it, because he's been doing it for GSR characters. But I decided to do it that way to make them look nicer because of the MV medal. And we did more OCs with the railway letters on the tender. Number tenders are kind of overused. Yeah, that's true. I did also give her this version as well with the number 12. Because obviously the show did it. I've been tempted to do it with a couple of the GSR engines. Though, all but one engine's pretty much done now, so I don't think that that's gonna actually happen. Again, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'll pull up, even though he's not been 2010 to himself, I'll pull up Percy. Because there's something about him I want to mention quickly. And it's this livery. while so many people associate Percy being built by the Great Western, I decided to have him built be built by a company that ran that built that had a manufacturer that built with them on the Glasgow and South Western Railway, which makes my Percy Scottish. Though he was shifted about so many places, he never really quite caught the Scottish accent. But it does explain his quite fiery temper. It does explain the fiery temper he has at times. Alfred's not part of my canon anymore. I might have him here. Do I have him? Let me double check. I think I've still got him underneath the name. Huh. Well, in any case, I don't have, Alfred in my canon anymore. I have another S69. I have a different S69 in my canon. I just changed the name. Annoyingly, I can't find the model that it is, so... That's the same. What about Dennis and Derek? Ah, hang on. Have Bo go. Just gonna move him over there because he's quite loud. Yeah, a lot of the models still need to be 2010'd before they can get used in videos, so that's gonna need to get done. Obviously I've obviously done Donald and Douglas. I'll just pull up Donald for now. I've done them in the blue livery. I've still yet to do them in the black liveries, and I've still yet to do them all the pre-1959 liveries. So that's a thing. Edward. We'll pull up Edward. So we got Edward here. Put his tender down as well. Then we've got Mark II. And then we have Mark III. Ignore that last one though. So yeah, there's my three Edward. There's something you may have noticed as well, that Edward and Gordon have had copper chimney caps. In my canon, I decided that the Fat Director would have given the first 5 of his engines copper cap chimneys. And then by the time he got Percy, and because of how the railway was doing financially, it was too expensive to keep it going for more of the engines. And then Emily was probably the last one to receive it later down the line, but that's a story for another day. How many female engines do you have in your series? In Thomas series? Hard to count. Hard to count that. If I can find Thomas. Found him. So we have Mark 1 Thomas there. Regular E2. Then Mark 2, which has the flat running board, and then possibly Mark 3? My idea was he gained this style similar to his TV series look after following the incident of Drip Tank. I thought of the idea, like, maybe Topham realized that having Thomas's running board be that low was not efficient enough, so they just decided to raise the running board back up again, but keep the buffers at the height they were. And since they had already... I have no idea. There are some of my, pre-Sodor engine as well. There's my Sodor mainland fleet, which I don't think have been given new face packs yet. No, they have. And thanks to, Skylar, I named them with very traditional Scottish names. So we've got Tavish, we've of course got Neil, and we got Hamish. I don't know why Tavish is not spelled correctly, but hey-oh. Salty's in here, though he hasn't been updated either. There's a lot of models here I haven't really updated. I don't know why Scarlo is just randomly there. Then obviously, of course, there's Toby. And here is Toby. He'll get his versions sorted soon. I don't really want to show the Wellsworth and Suttery engines, partly because that will likely be spoilers for future stuff. I do have my Rosie stuff, which I hate how Rosie's wheels are. Does Donald Douglas work on the Little Western on the main line? They work on both. They're utility engines. So like in the Railway series, they're utility engines, so they work on both the main and branch line. Anyways, there's Rosie. I'm definitely changing those wheels back. One thing I can definitely say when it comes to one thing that I have to say when it comes to Wilfred's model of Rosie, it is bloody difficult to get the lining done correctly. Honestly, it was a tedious task, and looking back at it, I'm glad I did it. But I'm also wishing I didn't do the wheels like that. Whatever happens with Rosie my cannon, I'm gonna keep that onto wraps. And one final thing, I'll just show off Rebecca, who probably isn't those good colors, but still needs to be 2010'd. And of course she has that face pack from that Chinatown Works model. Yeah, but I think that's all I really need to show right now. Any others will probably be shown in due time. But yeah, that's that. Oh, there we go. I don't know why I was on that screen now. It should be on this one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed looking at those. More of them will be coming soon, when I get the time to finish them. How long have we been going on for? An hour and a half. Do engines like Molly, Neville, and Murdoch? Murdoch exists. Hang on, let me just quickly close the game down. There we go. Murdoch does exist in my canon. Molly and Neville, I've not really thought about them. I did think about Molly at one point, but... I've kind of just stopped thinking about that after a while. But yeah, Murdoch is, Molly and Neville aren't. Though they probably are, they're just... Probably just like... Neville's just like its real-life counterpart in the NRM or something. I don't know, probably something like that. Put this back. I don't know where's my phone. I think... Part of me kind of just wants to leave it there. I kind of exhausted myself out with my voice here, so I should probably let it calm down for a minute. I forget Discord shows what I'm actually doing. I suppose one more thing I could probably do before we call it here is give Bean a little run, because I haven't used her in a week. Let me try and, Give me a second, everyone. Right, there we go. That works. Right, here we go. There she is. Nope, hang on, move my mouse. There she is. Little Bean. Hi to Bean, everyone. See if we can try and get her running a bit. The track, she's moving about like the tracks need to clean. Yeah, the rails are definitely needing maintenance. There isn't really much I can say about updates with the layout here, other than I've just been trying to keep it well maintained until I can afford more stuff, because money is a pain in the butt. So yeah, she just enjoys herself as much as she can. Just get her moving back. Yeah, if you can see that, that's not because of her, that's because the rails need a desperate clean. Come on, Bean. Oh! Now, how has that happened? Huh? Oh, the monitor. What the? The monitor was stuck to the track, apparently. That was very weird. Are we fine now? Oh, nope. Monitor's plugs. Monitor's cables. Go. Let's see if we get a couple. I just knocked over Henry. Oops. Nope. Come on. Why only a couple? There we go. That was weird. Okay, well, things are going well with that. So, yeah. For those that are unaware, by the way, I got the Hornby TT set with the B4 sometime during last Christmas, and I had a bit of a naming contest with the lads with everyone on our private Discord to name them, and Bean was what came up. And the winner, which was Jordan, got to choose the coaches that she now pulls, which are lovely, aren't they? But yeah, there's not really much else I could say on terms of Bean there. Felt like running her for a little bit there. There we go. There we go. Back we go. Right, I think that's probably all I'm gonna do for this stream. This has been fun. It went better than I expected, I'm gonna be honest. So... Ooh. Anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already, and follow on Twitch. Do be sure to tune into Twitch tomorrow, where me and Jenna will be going one-on-one in a trains sim classic race. It's not going to be the usual Railworks. It's just going to be me and her because Skyle's away and Elias is busy. And then, of course, NTM on Wednesday. And then Friday, I'll be playing some Baldi's Basics for the first time in ever. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Do be sure to check all the other social medias and all that, as well as the official Discord server, so that way you can vote for which video may come to the channel next. Even though the next video I may force on, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, lads and lassies! Bye.